don't think it's any surprise. You hear it on the news, you see it if you drive around. Everybody is looking for employees. And I don't think that's a surprise to anybody, but there is a dire need for labor force.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, we're all saying the same thing, Richie.
Right. It's across the board, Matthew.
All right. That's all I have to report. Matthew, back to you. Let's start with the reports.
Thank you, Andy.
No problem.
I was just checking to see if Antoine hopped on here yet, but I don't see him on here.
And I have not heard back from him. I've sent him a text and a call. So, Matthew, I suggest we just keep going.
Okay.
Watching. I don't see him either.
All right. Well, let's do this let's see what's going on in the county. And let's start with Greg. I saw you were on there. You want to start with Franklinton?
Be glad to. We are continuing to see pretty strong effects downtown, as well as lots of possibilities about the residential developments as well. We're getting really strong feedback from builders and developers that we continue to be an attractive place for folks to come to. We're encouraged by the efforts the county's made to gain water, and just continue to support them in doing that, and anything we can do to help that, because we've got a really bright future as the county provides water. So with that, I think that kind of specifically we'll be coming in with the Thompson property, about a 250-acre site, probably in September or so. And that one will bring substantial amount of residential development. The downtown, it looks like we're very likely to have now a Mexican restaurant to go along with our Jamaican restaurant, and the other development that comes on, the Owl's Roost, our brewery, will come online in the first part of August as well. So come see Franklinton if you haven't been here in a while.
Well, Greg, the activity downtown Franklinton has really, the foot traffic and the people that are down there has really increased. I mean, even just in the past 6 months, it's amazing, especially with the new places and the new shops. I mean, you've got some good people doing some good things there.
Super. I tell you, it's good people down this way. Come
That's
join
right.
us.
Absolutely. All right. Let's see. Jonathan Franklin, I saw you on there. You want to talk for Lewisburg?
Yes, sir. Thanks, Matthew. Good to see you all this morning. Good to hear all the great things going on in Franklinton, especially with the downtown. Every time I drive through, it's looking nicer and nicer. So nice job there. Lewisburg currently has about 400 homes in its kind of planning and development pipeline. So we're really excited to finally see some residential coming up here, and we're getting calls every day from developers looking for land. So that's pretty exciting. We've got several water and sewer projects going right now, continuing to focus on keeping that infrastructure in good shape for the growth that's coming this way. The downtown continues to make improvements. Just got a couple of new businesses in downtown, so we're excited to have them. Depot Hill construction has started. Had our first little issue, but working through that. So looking forward to continuing getting that project moving forward. The South Main Street revitalization project continues. We've actually been able to get 3 businesses, if you will, to redo their parking areas, so that'll clean up the look. And then the town has kind of been getting some residential development over there, which is great, because 3 years ago you couldn't have given away a lot in that neighborhood, and now they're actually selling. So that's a pretty interesting improvement there. The industrial park project continues to move forward. We've been gaining a lot of interest in that, and actually have a call later this afternoon with a company who wants to build a spec building out there. So those conversations keep going, and looks like it's positive momentum moving forward. So thank you for the time, Matthew.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. It's exciting to be where we're at. I mean, we're blessed to have the opportunities and the challenges. There's a lot of places in our state that we don't necessarily get the opportunities that we're getting, and to be where we're at and the things that are coming our way is very exciting. So, all right. And Kim, I saw you're on here. If you want to talk about the county.
Yes, certainly. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. We are watching the weather. Our emergency services director has been keeping tabs on Elsa, any impacts to the county. But in terms of exciting things that are going on in the county, we're working on an RFP for the public safety radio system that's under development, targeted to be distributed at the end of the month. Pursuing the next generation public safety radio system was approved in the fiscal year 22 budget. And so it's a complicated process, involves input from a lot of different folks. And so working diligently through that. Also, new subscriber equipment for the public safety radio users was approved. And that equipment actually has started to arrive this week. There's going to be some programming and in-house work that has to be done before the equipment is delivered. But those are Motorola radios for our public safety folks in the fire service and sheriff's department, law enforcement, various agencies that use that equipment. The fiscal year 22 budget was approved on June the 7th, effective July 1. And of course, the budget included a number of new positions in response to growth, a couple of notable ones in the planning department. Some positions were added there. As you all have already indicated, there's so much going on in the county. Need to make sure that we are keeping tabs and paying attention to all those things. We're also going to be conducting a comprehensive EMS study, looking at our resources that are needed as we're challenged by growth. A number of public utilities projects were included in the budget, and I could talk on and on about that, but I'll specifically mention one that was already underway. That is an $11 million project for work on our sewer plant. And then one that was included in the budget, an AMI-AMR project, automated meter reading for water meters throughout our system. And again, working through that process, hoping to put out an RFP on that very soon. Lots of things going on in the public utilities area. July is Park and Recreation Month on the national level. And at our commissioners meeting, which is going to be next Wednesday night, normally on a Monday night, but it is due to some scheduling conflicts, we had to move that, reschedule it to Wednesday night. There'll be a proclamation for Park and Recreation Month. And I know that in celebration of that, Oliver has had some particular social media posts going out. And I think on the 28th, we'll have something special going on at Owens Park to celebrate that. So those are the highlights. If you have any questions about any particular county projects, I'll be glad to talk about them. And I could talk on and on, but those are some of the critical, important ones. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Kim, one quick thing. I saw on the agenda, you guys are going to be discussing updates on broadband. How's that going?
Not as fast as we would like, but Open Broadband will be in attendance to give us an in-person report on their progress, which I think has been notably slower than we anticipated. So we're hoping that they are working through their issues to speed up, but we'll also have on the agenda a representative from CenturyLink. And I guess back in, I want to say October, we actually had the CenturyLink representative there, and ultimately CenturyLink was awarded a great grant for a fiber to the home project to serve almost 2,000 homes in Franklin County. And now that has moved through the legislature, and you may be familiar with that, Matthew. And so what's being presented on Monday night is the actual agreement for what the county preliminarily agreed to in terms of the financial support for that project. But great to see things happening at the state level and the federal level to move broadband along in big chunks.
That's fantastic. Glad to see some stuff moving for sure. Now, I don't see anybody from Bunn on here or anybody from Youngsville. if so, you can just kind of hop in. But we also have several people on here. We've got Sherelle with Vance Granville. We got Charles Mitchell with agriculture. We've got Chris with water and sewer, and also Rex Foster's on here with our Northeast Economic Development. Any of you guys want to jump in for some stuff that you're working on? Go ahead. We've done well in time this morning since we don't have a speaker, so the floor is yours if you want to share anything.
And Matthew, if I might take just a moment with regards to introducing someone from Vance Granville Community College. We have someone new with us, and this is James Brown Jr. He has just joined Vance Granville Community College as the Director of Customized Training. He's a mechanical engineer by training, and he's had a long career in the private sector, most of it with the John Deere Company, and most recently worked as safety and standards engineer for John Deere in Cary. He's got a bachelor's degree from North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, and then completed both an MBA and graduate certificate in marketing at ECU. And we just met with him for the first time this week, and we look forward to having him as part of the team to help us get customized training into the businesses. So welcome, James Brown.
James, glad to have you here. Thanks for attending, and look forward to meeting you in person.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Charles, Chris, Rex, Sherelle, anybody wanted to jump in?
Matthew, this is Chris. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Just to echo what Kim said, we have a lot going on in public utilities with the projects happening. In addition to what Kim mentioned, we're also in the process of finalizing the paperwork for the interconnection with the city of Raleigh for that construction, and multiple smaller little maintenance projects that we got happening across our system are ongoing. And then all the new development, connecting all the new homes when they request water meters. So we're very busy over here as the home permits indicate, dictate we're feeling the same. That's all I had, Matthew. Thank you.
All right.
Good morning, Matthew. This is Charles. I'll add a few things on the agricultural side. This year is turning out to be a pretty decent year when you look at crops when you ride down the road. It started out slow. We're about 2 to 3 weeks behind where we normally are due to early cool weather and then dry weather, but things are looking up. So encourage each of you to visit the Franklin County Farmers Market. Stuff is coming in on a regular basis now, so that's on Friday from 9 to 1. Also, in the near future, you'll see billboards going up along US 1 for the Visit NC Farm app. We're working on that project. Thanks to TDA for a grant for that. Also, an upcoming event is our annual horse farm tour. We're able to do that again this year. That's August 6th. So you probably might have received an email about that. And we were fortunate this year to get back to our summer 4-H youth programming, and that's been going on mostly through June and all of July. So we're glad to have the youth back participating. So just a few things going on our end. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Charles.
And Charles, I know your horse farm tour is usually very well attended, so delighted y'all can do that this year.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Well, you guys have done well, 25 minutes. And we don't have our speaker. So go ahead.
Hey, Matt, this is Jerry Edmonds. How's it going this morning?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I just received an email from Antoine, and he says he doesn't have any Zoom details. So maybe if Lori or someone could shoot those over to him real quick, that may assist. And
Video on everything. I'll
yeah.
let me pull up my emails.
Thanks, Jerry. We're going to work in the background to see if we can get
Okay,
that going.
good deal. Good deal. And while I have the mic, I'll go ahead and give a few updates from Vance Granville and Dean Lawrence. If you're on, you can chime in. But I'll start with our CDL program. As you may have seen, we recently graduated our third cohort of students. We had 15 students in that one, and they are all employed. It's just amazing how our CDL students are being employed before the class ends. So we're really excited about that. We have a wait list for our next class that will begin next month, actually. And then we're starting to receive requests from individual corporations who feel that, and these corporations are contingent upon distribution and the truck driving business and industry, but some of them are starting to say, hey, we feel like we can fill an entire class with just our corporation. That's how many individuals they have that are interested in moving into the truck driving business and see it as a promotion from where they may be currently within the organization. So we're excited. We continue to be excited about the CDL program. I do, and I guess I should have started with kind of dovetailing on Richie's comments about the fact that all of our business and industries are looking for employees. You may have seen a couple of weeks ago that a huge job fair was held at the Drive-Thru Theater, and that was in conjunction with several organizations, but I hear that it was highly successful. And we continue to focus here at Vance Granville on outreach opportunities such as that. We've also, in addition to Mr. Brown, we've hired a outreach coordinator who you'll see in your community to go to different events and fairs and represent Vance Granville Community College as we work hard to market and to attract students to our community college. We're seeing different trends in the past. Once our country came out of a recession or some kind of event like the pandemic, typically students flock to community colleges. We're not seeing that same trend as robustly as it had been in other recessions and in situations where our country went through a downturn. So we're really having to work hard to market and to encourage those students to come to Vance Granville. We are pleased that the Belk Foundation has partnered with us on some of those marketing efforts. As many of you have seen in the community, we have billboards, we market on social media, but our marketing department is comprised of 3 individuals, including myself. There's 3. So to give you some perspective, Wake Tech has about 14 individuals in their marketing department. So just a little, we're a little resource challenged, but we're pleased that Vance Granville Community College was selected as one of 5 pilot community colleges in rural communities that Belk is working with to determine strategies for attracting adult learners, and those learners being individuals between the ages of 25 and 50 years of age. So we're excited about this partnership. We just launched the marketing campaign last week, and we're starting to already see students come to us as a result of that marketing campaign. And then I guess quickly, a couple of other exciting developments is that 2 weeks ago, we completed a entrepreneurial camp that was comprised of middle school students. We had approximately 20 students that were paired into groups, and they all presented and created a commercial. And you know, the next time we have that opportunity, I'll be sure to invite everyone, because it was just amazing to see what these middle schoolers came up with regard to their individual businesses. And I think that's encouraging for our communities to see that we're starting to try and grow entrepreneurs at a younger and younger age so that they can make the impact that entrepreneurs make on our communities. So I'll stop there. And if Dean Lawrence would like to share anything about corporate learning and the important work that she's doing, I'll ask her to take the mic.
And I'm not sure if she has been able to come back on. Her,
Okay.
Yeah, her Zoom booted her off.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
I want to tag on 2 things you said. The job fair. We have heard nothing but good things. And of course, we had Andy represented us there, but I think there were over 200 potential new hires there. So we had a good representation from Franklin County businesses. I appreciate y'all putting that together. Really good. And with the entrepreneurial class, I heard that every single county in the COG was represented there. And so that's really neat that that was like a regional reach for young folks wanting to become entrepreneurs. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And let me just add, because we're still having to do a little bit of education around our dean position. So in the past, as you all know, we had a Franklin dean, a campus dean, and a South or Granville campus dean. And we have really, while Dean Lawrence is housed at Franklin, her title is now the Dean of Corporate Learning and Professional Development. And similarly, Dean Weary's title over in Granville County is now the Dean of Business, Industry, and Solutions. And we're really changing their scope to include all of the counties. So really everything that we do anywhere within our 4-county service area, we're really trying to spread that, to Richie's point, to a regional standpoint so that it's available to all the counties. We obviously can't do everything in every county every time, but what Richie just described was a great example of, while that entrepreneurship camp was housed on the main campus, there was representation from all 4 counties. So we really are being intentional about spreading the resources so that they reach to all 4 counties. So that's I've probably taken a lot of time, and so that's all that I'll cover off on now, unless there are any questions.
I wanted to tack on one thing. I don't know, hopefully some of y'all have seen it. The Franklin County United Way, in partnership with the county and Smart Start and a few other organizations, is putting on mobile STEAM labs for children age 5 to like 12 or 13, and it also encourages adults to attend as well. But for those of you who don't know, a STEAM lab is an opportunity for younger persons to engage in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, and then in combined projects. And so they're encouraging people to attend these. There's one in Franklinton, Lewisburg, and I believe Bunn as well. Their date's in August. And so if you look through the United Way, you'll see the flyers advertising it. It's a really cool opportunity to see how things work and to stretch your mile in your brain a little bit and let kids engage in the same way. It's a really awesome opportunity. So if you have a chance, try to make it out to one of those.
And Matthew, we have sent the information to Antoine and reached out, but I'm not seeing him back on. Jerry, have you received anything from him?
I just received an email asking me to send the Zoom to him. Obviously, I was speaking at the time and didn't see it. I'm questioning whether you have the right email for him, because it seems like he's on standby. And I did inform that Lori, that you were going to send the Zoom to him.
Didn't get a kickback on his email when I sent it out June the 29th, nor this morning. That doesn't mean that I know Richie reached out to him yesterday. I think it could be that maybe we do have the wrong email.
Antoine, have you gotten the email? We have sent it to you a couple of times.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome.
Well, does anybody know how to sing or dance or anything for a few minutes? Richie, can you sing?
I think she's muted.
Trying to get him online.
Yeah, I just spoke to him. He said he's sending over the presentation and he said he should be on shortly. And trust me, that's better than me singing. Okay, I think Antoine has joined us, and Barry, if you could promote him to a panelist.
And Barry, can you restart my video for me, please?
I already promoted him, Richie.
Okay. And Antoine, if you can unmute, we're delighted to have you with us and sorry for the technical challenges.
Good morning. I apologize for the delay, folks.
Good morning.
Well, we're happy to have you here. And for those of you who have not had the opportunity to meet Antoine, he is the COO of for Mariah Parham Health, Duke Life Point Healthcare. And he's got some exciting things to share with us about the multi-specialty clinic. So Antoine, thank you so much for joining us.
Great. I thank you all for the time today. I just wanted to give you all a brief overview of some of the exciting things that we're doing in the Franklin community. Obviously, we have the freestanding ED there that we are very proud to have as a resource to the community. We are seeing strong community support with regard to that service being out there. We've added on since we've opened that or reopened that back up to include our geriatric and adult behavioral health units. Those provide 33 inpatient beds to Franklin and the surrounding communities, which is a much needed service as well. We also offer several outpatient services in Lewisburg through our multi-specialty clinic and our primary care clinic. We are actually looking to kind of reinvent those two service lines by relocating the multi-specialty clinic to a new site that's adjacent to the Duke Primary Care Clinic. That clinic will have several services that I think the community will be excited about, to include surgical services rotating through once a week. We'll have nephrology services rotating through. Pain will spend about 2 or 3 days a month there. We will have urology floating through once a week, and also 2 days of ortho coverage to make sure that we have a significant complement of services that folks do not have to leave their community to seek out. The multi-specialty clinic, again, is being relocated. That is going to leave us still in our current location providing primary care services. We have a new provider coming to market August 1st, and we will do a significant kickoff event for her in order to introduce her to the community. But one of the other exciting things that we are going to be opening up in December is a women's care OBGYN clinic that will also share space with that PCP clinic that's directly next to the freestanding ED. That is a big deal to provide OBGYN services in the community. It is something that that specifically helps with care, specifically around prenatal care as well, pregnancy rule-outs, and your typical OB/GYN services will be offered.
That's very exciting.
So with that being said, again, we are excited to be in the community. I have been tapped by the CEO, Bert Beard, to be a more significant and consistent presence there. So I will be splitting my time between our Henderson location and providing on-site administrative leadership to the Franklin location. I'll also be seeking to get involved in the community through serving and volunteering. So if there are any opportunities that you all think may be good for us to be involved in and have exposure to, please feel free to reach out. I'd be more than happy to put that into consideration. But again, we're excited to be here, and we're excited that you all are willing to support us. We ask that you continue to, when folks bring up the Mariah Parham name, to just, if you know the services, let them know what we can offer and let them know that we are here. We want to continue to grow with the community. We understand the aggressive growth plan that Franklin does have, be a part of that and grow with you. So again, I thank you all for your time, and I would welcome any questions you might have for me.
Well, thank you for jumping in this morning. Sorry about all the confusion getting you here, but we do appreciate having a hospital here, and we appreciate all you do and the community support. So definitely stick around, and we'll definitely find some stuff to get plugged into.
All right, great. I appreciate it.
Antoine, if you have any information you want to send or that you wanted to present this morning, please just feel free to send it to us, and we can disseminate it to the group that was here as well.
Great. I have a presentation that I sent over, and if you all care to have it, we can share that out with you.
Right on. Thank you.
Okay. Well, let's see. I think we've covered our agenda, and Antoine, thank you for being our guest speaker this morning. You're welcome to attend anytime you want. Our next meeting is going to be live. Just a reminder for everybody. So Lori will send out the details for that as we get closer. And if there's nothing else, I hope everybody enjoys the summer. Be careful. We got the storm blowing through today. What looks like 1 to 4, I think is going to be the worst of it today as it blows through. So be careful. And if there's anything else, speak up. I don't hear anything, so we're going to adjourn. Thank you very much, and thank you everybody for their time.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.